Hello, I'm Harold Schroeder and I want to talk to you about tribes and tribal identity. And in doing so, I want to look at three questions with you. What are the advantages of belonging to tribes? Why are tribes relevant to work? And why are tribes and tribal identity particularly important when we restructure, reorganize, bring in a new operating model? So, human beings have been very, very successful. We've occupied every corner of the planet. Why is this? Because we've been very good at belonging to tribes. With tribes, we get a sense of community, very good for our psychological sense of well-being. We get that wonderful thing, reciprocity, where we look after other people within the tribe, and in due course they will look after some other people in the tribe, and in due course if we're in need, those other people may look after us. So we have that sense of looking out for each other, which is also very good. And we have that thing called social learning, where we can learn over time from other members of the tribes, and then we can specialize so that we can become butchers, bakers, candlestick makers, fishermen, doctors, nurses, teachers, etc. So why is this relevant to work? Firstly, of course, our work tribes are very, very important to us. We define ourselves as being members of a particular professional tribe, perhaps, or as members of a particular organizational tribe, and these loyalties are very strong. The second thing is, there is this thing called the Dunbar number. Robin Dunbar, he's an evolutionary psychologist working at Oxford University at the moment, and he has put forward the view that there is a natural limit to the group size where everybody knows everybody else. And that this, he studied it in primates, he studied it in hunter-gathering communities, and he's looked at it, how it works today, and his view is that this size is around about 150, 160 people. The implication of this is that if we're working for an organisation which includes thousands of people, as many of us do, we have not got one tribe. We have got a multiple number of tribes in that one organisation. Why is this relevant? Because different rules apply depending on whether we regard people as members of our tribe or whether we regard them as members of other tribes. Within our tribe, there are very high expectations of reciprocity and very high expectations of trust. With neighbouring tribes, we have to negotiate those things a little bit more carefully. We can produce very good working relationships with them, of course we know this, but it requires a little bit more care and a little bit more formality than when we regard our colleagues as being actually within our own primary tribe, which, as I said, is going to be of the order of 150-ish sort of people. So when we come to this question of reorganizing, what effect does this have? Well, the first thing, of course, is that it disrupts the tribes that we have already got established in our minds. It gives us a sense of loss. The second thing is it creates a sense of uncertainty. Do we have to welcome new people into our tribe, or actually have we got people coming in who are trying to take over our tribe? So we need to put a bit of work in. We need to decide, okay, these guys are coming. Do we want to welcome them into our tribe? If so, how are we going to do so? And how are we going to make them aware of our rules and rituals? And how are we going to modify some of those rules and rituals if they want to change them? Or if they're going to be members of a different tribe, friendly, more friendly, less friendly, how are we going to negotiate the rules with those tribes so that actually those tribes can be friendly, productive, and we can have good working relationships with them for the future? So my encouragement to you is, when you're thinking about change, one of the first things you want to think about is think tribes. How is this change going to affect the tribal relationships that we've got, and how can I use those tribal relationships to make our change more effective, more likely to succeed, rather than one that's going to die and wither? Thank you.